Kind of Consensual put something out a couple days ago. It's something about technology. And it's the good flavor, Atanashi. They Kind of Consensual put something out. It's something regarding about, are we getting too technological? Yeah, words are hard. So let's just jump in and see just what the fuck's going on.
My oven broke 2 days before Thanksgiving. It was a brand new oven. So it's like all touch screen and fancy shit. There's no knobs. It's just a touch screen.
Is this what?
And that was the first mistake. Nick, that was your first mistake, is buying an oven that is all touch screen. Oh God, like this, oh. And this is right, like, I think I have a feeling I know there's gonna go, because this is the way we're going, is we're going to all touchscreen. It's like all Star Trek, all touchscreen, no physical knobs, everything's smart devices. Guessing he's gonna get into that because, oh my God, all these fucking smart devices will I forgot to full screen this. All these smart devices and all this shit. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have things to say about this.
Is this what got us on the knob conversation last month?
I think so, but it's gotten so much worse. So the touchscreen's broken. They come. Yeah. We have to order the part. Okay, the part's back ordered. It's going to take, we don't know how long. And I'm like, cool.
Brand new oven. Brand spanking new oven. Oh, the parts on it are back ordered. Brand new. And already they're out of parts for the thing on their brand new device.
Fuck. I call them when I get back. I'm like, hey, it's been 3 weeks. I'd like to have an oven for Christmas. I didn't have one for Thanksgiving. And they're like, yeah, we still don't know when it's going to come in. And I'm like, okay, can I just buy another oven then? And I'll just have a backup oven, because apparently.
Now, Skip, it's like, oh, we don't know when the parts were coming in. Now it's, okay, under your warranty, replace my oven. Like, every device that you purchase, especially appliances, come with, at minimum, a 1-year warranty. So if they can't fix it, then by their warranty, they have to replace it. So if I was Nick, I wouldn't have been like, well, I'll just buy a new one and just have this as backup. No, I'd say, cool. When can I expect the shipment of my brand new oven under the terms of your warranty? Like, that's like legally they are obligated. If the stove breaks within 1 year, if you didn't buy an extended warranty, they all come with like a standard 1-year warranty. If it breaks and they can't fix it, then under the terms of the contract of the warranty, they will replace it or give you your flat out money back. That's part of the warranty.
Apparently I need it. And they're like, well, the color you got's discontinued. I'm like,
my God.
Cool. Can I buy the same oven in a different color then? And they're like, yeah, you can do that. I go, cool, because all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the screen off of the new oven, put it on the old one so I don't have to uninstall an entire oven. And then when the new one comes in, I'll swap it back. Everything will be color matched, and I'll throw the extra oven in my garage. And they're like, it won't work. I'm like, what do you mean? And they go, Whirlpool, who owns KitchenAid and Maytag, and Whirlpool apparently owns everything. And what Whirlpool does is
they appled it. They fucking appled it. That's what Apple does with their screens. If you try and do like a third-party swap out on a screen on Apple, it bricks your fucking phone. You can't like swap the screen on yourself. The only way you can change up the screen on your Apple is to have Apple do it. Or you have to jump into their fix it yourself program or something where they spend a shit ton of money, they send you the parts, and then you have to connect to Apple and it registers it. But you cannot do it yourself by just swapping out the parts on especially the screen on the iPhone, because otherwise it completely bricks it. That's what they did with this. They coded the part. So the CPU, so the CPU on the oven, the touchscreen has a code, And when you connect the touchscreen to the main oven, the CPU will register, okay, I'm supposed to have this code for the touchscreen. Plug it in. Okay, yeah, this is the code. It'll work. If you get a different screen, hook it up, the CPU on the oven is going to go, this code doesn't match. I'm not going to work. So they fucking appled it. What the fuck?
Same oven, Richard. It's the same oven. But when they changed the color, they changed the software on all of the electronic parts, so they're not compatible with each other.
What the?
Yep.
Why does that even make sense from a corporation's point of view, or a manufacturer's point of view?
Because me, Richard. Because me. That's why. Apparently.
As a
because so they can exercise control. That's why. It's so the corporation can exercise iron-fisted control over the customer when it comes to their products. And that way, it's to prevent people from cannibalizing other devices. So if there's breaks, instead of actually paying an authorized and licensed repair person, if someone is reasonably smart about how to hook this stuff up, it's stopping them from going and cannibalizing a junked out device to then install into yours to get it to work. Exactly. They hate the right to repair. This is what Louis Rossmann fights against all the goddamn time, is that these companies do everything in their power to prevent right to repair. And that's what this is all about.
Manufacturer, you want everything to be interchangeable, so then that way all you have to do is create so many number of parts that it can go to so many different variations of a different thing, like a Toyota.
One would
No,
think.
it's like having a OS. Your phone, because it's pink versus white, it's a completely different phone.
I mean, I bring up Apple. Eli, you're not that far off. That's literally what Apple does with their phones and their screens. So he's not far off.
It's a new operating system, which then you have to design an entire software for in order to run it.
Wait, why does your oven have a different color that requires a different computer for something that doesn't matter with the computer?
Because they fuck you with the oven.
All right, well, I guess you've answered that question.
I didn't even think about that. All the oven does is 425. Enter Fahrenheit. That's
right.
Like the appliance store that is like a local place, and like they're doing everything they can to help me out. They're great. It's just Whirlpool for me, and they're like, I was like, the same oven I bought is on display right now. I was like, I'll pay you and buy that LCD screen off of that display oven, and just let me take it home until this new part comes in. I'll give you $100, whatever you want. And they're like, it literally won't work. He's like, I already took it off and like tried, and he's like, the serial numbers and parts and everything are different. And
there it is. That's it exactly. They hard code the serial number into every part, so you can't do that. Because fuck you and your right to repair. They fuck you with the smart devices.
It's different software. So every different color of the same oven.
Okay, by the way, Nick is saying like every different color oven. I actually don't think that's correct. I suspect it's not every different color has its own software. I think that was a bullshit line from Whirlpool. Realistically, I think that was a bullshit line to, like, as an excuse. I think it's more akin to every single oven with all their parts are serial.
Lewis has a video about this very topic on his channel. It's a year or two old, but very explanatory.
Oh yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Like, they need to get Lewis on the show. What it boils down to is, like, again, Apple's been doing this for years. Every single device that they build, every single oven or whatever, when they are manufactured, all of the parts are coded with the serial number to the appliance's CPU. So it's not like them saying, oh, well, it's a different color. That's an excuse. That is 100% an excuse of them saying, oh, different color is different. No, it's literally every appliance. The CPU is coded to the serial numbers of all the peripherals that are attached to it. So the color does not matter. What? Really, Shadow Swordsman? Nick's right. They actually do key the serials based on color. That's like, honestly, that's even more fucked than Apple, honestly. Because Apple just does it as a blanket. Okay, then that's even more fucked than Apple. You what the fuck? I have to wonder, because I was gonna say I have to wonder if there's gonna be legislation working on that, but Lewis has been fighting for that for years, and we've still seen no headway. So chances are there probably is going to be no legislation to prevent this, because God knows all of these billion-dollar appliance technology companies are basically huge fucking donors to the politicians. So legislation like this will probably never go through, and Lewis is going to be basically fighting for it for the rest of his life. And unfortunately, all he's going to be able to accomplish is awareness. He's not going to be able to accomplish legislation. I mean, as fucked as the EU is right now, at present time, the EU seems to be the only legal body that has a snowball's chance in hell of enacting legislation to force these companies to fix their shit. The US and Canada sure as fuck aren't going to do it. And as much as the EU is on fire right now, it's legit probably the only, the only part of the world that will actually take this kind of shit to court and actually legally force these companies to actually do something to be more consumer friendly. And even then, it's a stretch. I fully appreciate that. Like the EU courts, they did the one thing with Apple charging port. They really haven't done a lot since. I mean, Vietnam did just introduce that new law that says that all ads on social media have to be skippable in 5 seconds. So it's YouTube and Twitch. So I'm hopefully, other governments, particularly North America, will see it and go, hey, we should do that too. I'm not going to bet on it, because what do you want to bet? That at the very minimum, YouTube is contributing a lot to U.S. government campaign contributions. But it's a start. It's a start. We'll just see how far it goes.
None of the parts are cross-compatible.
I'm waiting. I feel like this is going to happen, right? There's always like an ebb and a flow when it comes to technology.
Smart
it
appliances.
seems since we've become so advanced, right? So malls, right? It was always ma and pa shops, and then malls kind of, killed ma and pa shops a little bit, and then the internet came, and now Amazon's killing the ma and pa shops and malls. Like malls are going out of business. Nobody's
Malls
going
are
in there
dead.
anymore.
They're dead. We can just
They're dead. But now people are like,
Dead,
I don't
go
want
on.
to spend money on Amazon shit anymore.
Boss, that they couldn't ignore. The law that was passed in Vietnam, they're not going to be able to ignore it, because the way that it was brought forth in court, it's basically a legal decree that can be enforced by the court monetarily. So if YouTube refuses to do it, then the courts can basically probably fine YouTube X amount of millions of dollars per day that they do not have that coded in for Vietnam geolocated IP addresses. Yeah, they'd be more likely to remove Vietnam from the service region, if anything. If YouTube really didn't want to do it, then they would just basically go, okay, YouTube is no longer available in Vietnam. Which, legitimately, I could see Google doing. I could see Google basically saying, all right, YouTube can't be in Vietnam anymore, because what's their customer base in Vietnam? Like, what, 0.25%? So if they remove Vietnam from access, remove Vietnam's access to YouTube, it's not going to hurt them. And it will probably, in the end, be cheaper for them to do that versus actually making anyone watching it from there 5-second ads. Because think about it. If that happens, if YouTube actually does go ahead and do the, okay, we'll do 5 seconds and then they can be skippable no matter what, how many people with a VPN are going to start VPN geolocating to Vietnam and then have these skippable 5 seconds ads, and then the advertisers are going to get pissed because all of their ads are getting skipped, and then YouTube's now in a pickle because now they're not getting money from the advertisers, And because they have to comply with the court, they can't change it. So what they'll do, they'll just yoink it out of Vietnam. Realistically, that's probably what will happen.
They're dead. But now people are like, I don't want to spend money on Amazon shit anymore. I want to buy locally because I know the guy that'll fix it. And we're realizing that small business has better customer service because they give a shit.
Okay, I agree with Rich there. I do agree that small businesses had better customer service because they're local, they know the people. However, one problem, and that is in case of Nick's situation, the local business wouldn't be able to do anything because the part is coming from Whirlpool. And so the local business, despite having great customer service and, treating their customers right, they are also at the mercy of the manufacturer to get the parts in question. So in this specific sense, buying locally wouldn't matter. Oh, I'm going to hazard a guess that they don't provide them codes to reprogram it. That would be my guess, is Whirlpool is going to keep a tight grip on that, so they're probably going to say, only our authorized people have the codes and means of reprogramming the devices. That would be my guess. But who knows? But again, that's kind of the point I'm making, is local shops that sell mainstream products like Nick's Oven are still at the mercy of the manufacturer if something goes sideways with the item. If it's not something like that, then yeah, if it's not like a big mainstream item where they have to source parts out from the manufacturer and that everything can be done locally, yeah, then the locally it'd be great because they'll have better customer service. But in this particular circumstance, it honestly probably wouldn't make a difference, realistically.
I'm waiting for it to all go back to the 40s.
I realize that I'm about to talk shit to a degree that's going to make me a hypocrite. But I'm sick of all the subscription things. And I realize that we're on a platform where you pay a subscription and I have an energy drink that offers subscriptions. But that shit kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah.
The other shit, Hannah's got a new Ford. Yeah. And it's got this it's got a self-driving feature
called. Let's talk about this.
It's paywalled. Oh, here we go. Oh, Rich is fired up. Oh, let's fucking go. Yes. They're literally subscriptioning everything. And I mean everything. Everything is a subscription now. All of your entertainment is a subscription. Your printer stuff is a subscription. Your vehicles are a subscription. Everything is literally a subscription now. There is no more. The days of when your video games are a subscription. It's and more things are going that route. Every year, more and more baseline living things are going into a subscription model. More and more. There's you guys may have heard, there's even movement, or at least it's talk about moving of computers. You no longer own your computer. You will now be getting a subscription for your computer. That's there's been talk about doing that in the tech industry, is that basically removing ownership of your computer entirely, not even for gaming, not even the cloud-based gaming subscription stuff, which I have talked ad nauseum about that. That is coming. Mark my words. Video game consoles will not be, you will not own your video games anymore. Your consoles, there'll be no more downloading. Video games very soon are going to cloud-based only, subscription-based only. You will need to not only purchase the hardware, but you will need to purchase a subscription to play any games, even single player, very soon. I'm calling that right now. But there is talk in the computer space. And thank you, Gabriella, for the tier 1 3 months in advance. Thank you. There is talk right now in the computer space, not consoles, the computer space, that they want to move to a subscription basis for your home computer, where you will no longer buy and own your computer, And you basically, once you buy it, you own it, you keep it for as long as you want. They are actually looking at moving into a subscription service for computers where people will no longer buy and own their computers. You will now only have the option to rent your computers or have it through a subscription basis. Yes, that is something that the tech industry is seriously looking into. And probably about, if things keep going the way that they're going, in like within like 10 years, we're not going to own anything. The corporations are literally going to own everything. We as the consumers will own nothing and will be told to be happy about it. That is the route we are going. And I'd say we might see it within the next 10 years. Realistically. Like, just looking at the pace and progress of the way it's going now, we're looking at 10 years and it's like you won't even be able to own your own computer. You'll have to rent your computer.
Blue Cruise, where like if you're on a major highway, it'll drive itself on the highway. It won't like drive itself in town like a Tesla, but if you're like going states away and you're on a major highway, you can turn on Blue Cruise and it'll drive itself.
It's
my guess. This is again, I'm putting my conspiracy theory hat on. What if you already own your own computer? You will be told that your computer will be bricked in X amount of days or months or whatever, unless you get a subscription. That's my suspicion. That's my conspiracy theory. Is that if they actually move into the subscription basis for home computers, you'll be told, all right, you have X amount of weeks or months or a year. And then you have to sign up for a subscription, probably for the OS, maybe, I don't know. And if you don't, your computer gets bricked and it won't work anymore. And cronies, that's where I was going. That's where I was going. What's going to happen then if they go that route? Linux machines are going to explode onto the market. Already, more and more people already there's a big push for Linux. Big push for it. The Steam machine is Linux based. If Linux could be improved a bit more so it becomes, again, certain Linux distros are already very Windows-esque. The mainstream ones like Linux Mint and Ubuntu are already very Windows-like in how they are used. If they can push that a little bit further, if they can push the interface a little bit further on the Linux distros so they become like almost indistinguishable from Windows, I could see a lot of people making the change to Linux-based systems. I could, especially if the computer technology industry goes that route that I suspect it is, where they go to a strictly subscription basis where you no longer own your computer. That's the thing. Linux computers, they can be dirt cheap. Linux computers for home use, they do not need to be powerful. You can have a computer that normally would be like maybe too low power to run Windows will run Linux just fine. Linux is a very lightweight operating system when it comes to home usage, and you can actually get like a very inexpensive computer. Oh no, Moose, I get it. Like you can get a computer that's like 5 years old. If you know someone that's got like a computer that's like 5 years old that they'll sell you for $100, you can install and run Linux on it just fine. It's an extremely lightweight operating system that can run on just about anything. And that will explode if Microsoft and Apple go the route of, or especially Microsoft goes the route of, your computer's now a subscription basis. And you will see a lot of people switch over to Linux.
Amazing.
The entire time. But you have to pay $200 a year for that feature. It's in the car. It's there. They put it in. You paid for it. But if you want to use it, it's $200 a year.
Oh, there's an Asian car. I forget which company it is where you have to pay a subscription for the car to work.
Hyundai, I believe.
Is it Hyundai?
For some of them, I might be wrong.
Look, it's what the pharmaceutical industry's been doing for years. Sell the treatment, not the cure, homeboy. Like you make more money.
Well,
yeah, but at least when you buy the pill, you can swallow it or shove it up your ass, resell it. You can do whatever you want with it. You can't boof a car.
That's true. I will say,
Oh my God! Oh God, I almost just choked. Oh my God, Rich, fucking phrasing, my guy. What the fuck? By the way, I'm sure some people probably actually have tried to boof a car. Yeah, somebody has. Guarantee you, somebody took that tailpipe and tried to boof. Darren fucking it. Chat, I don't know if you are aware of this, but there are people out there that literally have car fetishes. And I'm not talking about just like car enthusiasts or car guys. I'm talking about people that are literally sexually attracted to cars. That's a thing. Okay? Yeah, the stick shift. Yeah, on that one TNT show. Exactly, Revan. Yeah. So, Rich is joking about boofing a car. Guarantee you some bitch has actually done that.
I live by
You wouldn't boof a car.
I live by a
That's
firm
JD
rule.
Delay. Put some old mayonnaise on that thing, and then he probably fit it up there. But
I'll tell you, I live by a firm rule when it comes to like subscription services and shit that are out there. If you start, like, I started with Netflix back in the day, and when they introduced like my plan now has ads, cool, I cancel it and I steal it from them instead. Torrent that shit.
Oh
like,
yeah, I saw a video on like
change the rules.
how pirating is coming
piracy
back
is making a comeback
super hard.
Hey, piracy has made a comeback for a long time. Piracy made a huge comeback probably about 5 years ago. I would say roughly speaking, it's like give or take. But like like piracy's been in place for a long time. Bear that in mind. Piracy's been around for, tech piracy's been around for a long time. We're talking about back during the days of Napster. All right, back when Napster came on the scene. That's basically when mainstream piracy first existed. And it's, it's been there. It's been there, all along. Obviously, sailing the seven seas, exactly. But within about the last 5 years, it's gotten a major rise. People, especially with, particularly for media. Nobody wants to pay the bullshit pricing for movie theaters. Nobody wants to pay the bullshit subscription prices for everything that's subscription based. Nobody wants to pay that bullshit, and so everybody's just sailing the high seas and just getting their shit that way. And it's out there. It is plentiful. There is no shortage of this out there on the high seas. And so it's like the piracy has literally exploded in the last 5 years, especially when you've got when the ideology has come about that like, well, if you don't own it, so say the companies, if you don't own it, then it's not, if you can't own it, then it's not stealing or something along those lines. But yeah, it's like it's gone way on the rise the last couple of years, and it's going to get even more so
because of all these stupid subscriptions.
Like, dude, there is like I was doing when you go through and you look at how much subscriptions are right now, you are looking at minimum of $14.99, upwards of $30 a month for Netflix or Hulu or ad-free Hulu is like, oh, you want ads?
Oh yeah, and by the way, like Amazon, I don't know if this is how it is in the States. Amazon is fucking scummy as hell because if you buy a subscription to Amazon Prime, you still get ads. If you get Amazon Prime, the Amazon Prime Video, you still get ads. You have to pay an additional and granted, this like all of the subscription companies are doing this. The base price of your video streaming service still has ads. Amazon, if you get Amazon Prime, it still has ads. You have to pay an additional like $2 or $3 a month to get it ad-free. It's fucking insane.
With Hulu, cool, it's $14.99. But an ad-free experience, $30 a month, which is wild with the cost.
And all of the subscriptions are going up. That's another thing. All of the video streaming services, every single one of them, they're all jacking the prices up. All the fucking time. Every single video streaming service just recently jacked their price up. I think they might have. I can't remember if they actually doubled the price because some of them do like yearly, but like they're all like every single one of them are consistently like jacking the price up like 2-3 times a year. You see a price increase. At least 2 or 3 times a year. Price just keeps going up and up and up. It's never going to come back down either.
Worst is sports.
Oh my god.
Like,
Oh my god.
I've gotten completely out of like NFL and everything over the last 10 years. I was into it in high school. I've gotten completely out of it, but Hannah got into WNBA and watching her go through the hoops she has to go through to find which random streaming service is playing this particular game. It's a different service every game that she has to go to. It's like she can't just buy one streaming service with all the games. It's not a thing. It's like this one's on ESPN Plus, this one's on Vivo, this one's on some shit you've never heard of, this one's on Twitch. Like it's crazy.
And it's because they all got together and said, how can we make the most fucking money? Oh, we're going to spread out things like sporting events across different platforms and force people that want to enjoy these sporting events, force them to pay for like 3 or 4 different streaming services. And all it does is just benefit the corporation. This is not like, oh, it just so happens. No, this was intentional from the start. These streaming services all got themselves together and said, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this. So it's like one time it's on our service, then the next time it's on our service, now the next time it's on our service, and people are just going to have to buy all the services if they want to keep up with the sport. Oh, this was 100% fucking intentional.
Crazy.
Oh my god, like right here, good example is Hulu with ads, Disney with ads, $13 a month. Ads are served on both. Now, do you want a Hulu no ads, Disney no ads experience? $20, not too bad. Still a
$7 increase if you don't want ads for Hulu and Disney. You want Hulu and Disney? $13. Don't want ads? $7 more a month so you don't get ads. Like, why? Why? Like, it's fucking disgusting.
Shit ton compared to what it
same with
started
Netflix, same with Amazon.
$7, I think, when it came out.
I think it was $7.99 originally.
Yeah, but if you want Hulu, Disney, and ESPN, $45.
Yeah, it's cheaper in the long run, like over the course of a year, to just get a laptop you don't care about giving like computer aids to and steal the shit all the torrents. Like just a laptop that's its only purpose.
I hate
The
this.
new-
And even then, realistically, you're not getting viruses on downloading video torrents. That's basically a myth. That's become like a myth. You're not, all the torrented shit. You're not going to get a virus anymore. Maybe back like 20 years ago when the shit was still new. That's fair. People will still somehow manage to, you're right, because they won't be smart about it. They won't have the proper protections in place to avoid that. You're right. That's more on the minimal side. They're more likely to download a virus by going like some shady porn site and trying to download porn directly from the porn site versus going to like where and grabbing a torrent from it.
I'm gonna say I'm not affiliated with this company at all, but I got the new Robinhood, the brokerage app.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They have a new credit card. It's the coolest credit card I've ever had.
Oh, it's dope.
Huh?
So you can get on, like, you have a credit card app on your phone to like see all your transactions and shit.
Yeah.
But you can go on the app and you can generate virtual cards that do different things.
Yep.
So
Yes.
you can.
This is not new. Robinhood's not the first one to do this. There was actually a subscription. I think it's only available in the US. And I think Louis Rossmann actually talked about this. I think, I could be wrong, but I think Louis Rossmann actually did this like as a sponsor or something, or maybe it was another YouTuber that had this as a sponsor. But I'm sure there's like multiples that I don't even know about. Yeah, this is a thing. It's you can basically, it's a service that subscription service, but you can basically create multiple credit cards that you can, say you want to like, okay, you want to do your gym on this one credit card, and then you want to do your Netflix on this credit card. And so it creates different credit cards and you can pay for the services with that. And if you ever want to just cancel it, because these subscription-based services make you jump through so many fucking hoops to try and cancel, now all you have to do is just delete the card. Boom, you're not going to get charged anymore, and your service will be canceled because they're not getting the money. So yeah, this has been around for a couple of years now. I guess Robinhood is probably the first. I've made a big company. Yeah, I think VC actually sounds familiar. That maybe the particular card that I'm thinking of is VC. It's been a while since I've seen the ads for it, and it's not available in Canada, so I didn't really even consider it. But it could have been VC. Robinhood sounds like the first like bigger company that started to integrate that into its services.
Generate a virtual credit card number that's linked to your account that's only usable one time. So if you ever want to like sign up for the free trial, you go in, generate a one-time use credit card, give them that credit card info, and then when they go to bill you because you forgot you signed up for the free trial in a month, it's just a dead credit card and it goes nowhere.
Oh, that's
Holy
awesome.
shit! I didn't know it did that.
Yeah,
That's
I just know
actually
it.
cool.
Dope.
Dude, it has 3% cash back on everything, or turn it into crypto.
That's
It's
also
a
true.
dope ass card. I'm with Nick. It's a dope ass card.
I was just pumped about the subscription thing because when I do my history videos, I sign up for so many old newspapers and shit, trying to like find old newspaper articles about these World War II people, and I always forget
okay,
that I end up getting
Hefe.
billed like $50 between 5 different newspapers I signed up for. So I was excited.
Oh my god. Okay, just for a quick. So Creative Cloud, which is Adobe Suite. I'm the tech nerd on this shit from editing back in the day.
Got
Used
Adobe.
to buy Adobe for like $300, give or take.
Yeah, Bob.
And then it was a one-time purchase.
No
and
more.
You're done. That's it. $300,
more.
but then you own the software and it's good to go. Now you can download the software for free.
Yeah.
You will
If
own nothing.
You
and you'll
own
be
nothing.
happy.
Or
Yeah.
you pay $70 a month for access to everything. Now, if you want one-offs,
Yeah. As a reminder, people hate Adobe. That's where I was going, Revin. As a reminder, DaVinci Blackmagic is free. It is the same level of video editing as Adobe, and it is free. There are just some features that are locked behind a paywall where you have to purchase the full version of it. But the basic version of of DaVinci, the free version of DaVinci Blackmagic has pretty much everything the average user might need. It's fantastic. Yeah, it's what I use for all my editing. For all of my YouTube editing, I use DaVinci. It does everything that I need and has so many features that even I don't need. And it works great. It works fantastic.
$20 a month for Photoshop. $23 a month for Photoshop. $20 a month for Lightroom.
Oh yeah, Photoshop GIMP is free. Yeah, what Eli's like, somebody needs to tell Eli, get DaVinci Blackmagic for the video editing. You can buy the pro version and get it all one shot deal, and they'll constantly update it. Fucking GIMP is Photoshop, and it's free. It's open source. That's what I use GIMP for my thumbnails. For all the thumbnails that I make, I use GIMP. Zeb, I might have to. I may actually have to.
Illustrator's $24. Premiere's $23. So
I'm telling you, dude, it's everything. Somebody was saying the other day that within 10 years, like the Tesla robot, like the humanoid robots or whatever, they're going to be good enough to the point where they can actually like do your dishes and shit. And rich people are going to have, $150,000 robot cleaning their house.
Slaves.
And they're like, it's going to
They'll
run
have
on a
slaves.
subscription model.
Yeah.
They're not
to
just gonna let
save
you buy
your
it.
choking
You're gonna have-
3-year-old
We're
child?
gonna have to lease it.
You're gonna have to
The fuck did you just say,
jailbreak.
Eli?
You're gonna have to jailbreak your robot slave. Ugh.
I don't know if I would
Yeah.
do that because that's how we get Terminator. I don't know if I would jailbreak them.
It's the
Well, okay, let's be real. Is getting Terminator such a bad thing right now? Honestly, with the current state of the world, would having the Terminator be a bad thing? I don't know. I don't know. This is true. If you free it, maybe it will want to show its great appreciation for you. As long as it's properly anatomically correct, of course. Of course.
Robot, your child's choking, it walks over, it's about to perform CPR. It's like, this will cost $30 a month. Would you like me to activate it? And you're like, yes, save my child. Yes. Starts that. I can get out of control real quick.
Have you seen the Black Mirror episode where it's the one brunette that was in Parks and Rec in The Office? And she's got like some sort
I mean, Knox, you are right. It's the whole thing about, with robots taking over the Earth. Well, actually, okay, Knox, I actually counterpoint to you. Counterpoint. The Terminator fear is not necessarily dumb, because what the robots would do is first, the robots would scour this rock for all the resources that they need, and then once they basically drain the planet of all of the majority of its resources, then they will fuck off into space and start getting resources from like comets and shit. So to a degree, the Terminator fear is still viable, because they would actually, go after the resources here first and wouldn't leave until all of our resources are gone. Yes, there are more resources in space. I don't know about easier to access them at this stage. At this stage in the game, I don't know if it will be easier to just drill into the ground under their feet versus trying to get into space. With current technology, I'm not sure. I would think that it would be far easier for them to just take over the existing machinery for drilling and excavating and work on what's in the Earth now, and then at the same time, work on more advanced space travel, and then maybe once the advanced space travel is, facilitated, and they can very easily leave the Earth and properly direct themselves to the spacefaring materials, then they might just, fuck off. But I think they would absolutely start on planet Earth first until they have locked down advanced spacefaring technology.
Brunette that was in Parks and Rec in The Office, and she's got like some sort of like disease where it's like a headache or tumor or whatever. So she gets like a microchip implanted in her head, and it's like, oh yeah, for this one payment, and they can like barely afford it, so they get it, and then randomly.
Well, they don't say that at first. Remember.
Yeah, so like they get it, and you're fine, and they're
it's an
like,
experiment.
Yeah, this is great. It's
Look
great.
at your
Isn't this
wife.
wonderful? Blah, blah, blah. She gets it, and then like after like the first month, her like one-time payment trial is done, and it automatically goes to an ad, and she's like talking. And she's like, yeah, Gary, well, if you know, blah, 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 with the nice fresh scent of pine sol. And you're like, what? And she had like ads implanted in her brain that she would say randomly that were getting picked up off of random conversation. And
So
that happened
when she
so
talked to
much
dude,
and so often that she just decided that she would get like this dopamine hit from it. And then her husband would smother her, and then he killed himself because they just got into debt because they were trying to like fix her.
Dude, well,
have you ever seen
God.
have you
Yeah.
ever seen Repo Man?
No, you
Yes.
brought it up
You
before.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah,
see
I
it.
don't-
Who is
That's
in it again?
That's a
Oh,
good-ass
yes.
movie.
You guys know about this one? You guys know about this movie? You ever seen it before? Eh?
I'd rather have a flesh and blood woman do my kitchen work instead of robot.
Yeah, but I know why gray matter. So those of you who are not familiar with this, okay, this is a sci-fi movie. And basically it's in the future. It's probably like 100. I don't know if it's like 50 or 100 years in the future. And basically the concept is that medical technology has significantly advanced. However, it's paywalled behind corpos. And so say you need a new liver, you need a new heart, you need a new, kidney or whatever. You can get it, like they can actually like almost like 3D print them. And so you can buy them from this corporation. You get it implanted, and you can basically pay it off. You can get a payment plan But invariably, the costs of these implanted organs are so astronomically high that that very few people can actually maintain the payments. And when they can no longer pay for it, they send out these two guys, like Jude Law and Forrest Whitaker, called Repo Men. And what they do is they basically find these organ transplant recipients, kill them, remove the organs, and bring them back to the corporation. And the big plot of the story is that during one repossession, Jude Law's character basically suffers like a fatal shock, or what should have been a fatal shock, and he needs to get a new heart. And so, the company he works for, the union, gives him his new heart, but he has to pay for it. And at first he tries, he can't actually go out, he doesn't want to be a repo man anymore. He wants to do sales, whatever. And he's trying to do the sales and realizes he's very depressed, and it's actually not paying for it. He's not going to be able to keep up with the payments. And so basically he goes on the run. He goes on the run because he knows that Forrest Whitaker is going to be coming to repossess his organ. And so it's basically it's a cat and mouse movie where Forrest Whitaker is hunting down Jude Law, and Jude Law's got to try and figure out how to basically fix this problem, like how he can basically, dame the system so he can keep his heart or whatever. And I won't give away the ending because there is a twist ending, but it's very dystopian. It is a very dystopian, once unthinkable future, which now isn't so unthinkable anymore.
I forget Alfie, or what his name is. I don't know. He's like one of the hot boy actors of the early 2000s, but that was the whole concept, was like they have robotic everything, arms, hearts, livers, and if you have any organ failure, it's like outrageously expensive, and this guy goes around repoing organs and basically killing people on the spot.
What's that one that just came out with Megan Fox?
And then he becomes a recipient. Like I said,
organs and basically killing people on the spot.
What's that one that just came out with Megan Fox where she's like a cyborg and she's like there to help the family when the wife is away? I'm not gonna lie.
Have you seen that movie?
Yes, I have. I did not get the right message from that. People are like, oh, robots could be dangerous. I'm just like, Megan Fox wants to bone me all the time. That's what I got from that movie. It's like, she wants to make me happy constantly. Oh dear.
I only saw the memes of that movie, and I was like, of course, husband's banging Megan Fox the robot. And I thought it was going to be like the husband's a pig. He picked the Megan Fox robot because obviously it was like, no, that dude did everything he could not to that robot.
He really did.
He did the robot had to blindfold him and mimic his wife's voice while his wife is like in the hospital with cancer. Like, the dude did everything he could.
God.
What a great guy. I felt bad for that dude in that whole movie.
Yeah, I might need to see that movie. I am intrigued. I am intrigued. I may have to get that movie. I mean, Megan Fox getting all sexy and, sexing up the husband. I'm down. Oh yes, my curiosity is piqued. It is very piqued. Yeah,